India is building a 22 lakh crore economy. That's roughly about $270 billion. Without exports, without startups, without any factories. And almost nobody seems to be talking about it because this economy is being built in the temples of India. Every single day, millions of people travel across India, not for leisure, not for business, but for faith. And in the process, they are creating one of the world's most powerful economic engines in the country. But here's the real question. How does such simple visit to temple translate into economic growth? Let's look at the scale first. By 2025, India records close to 3 billion domestic tourist visits annually. Over 20 million international tourists visit India, and tourism contributes about 20 to 22 lakh crores annually. That's about $250 to $270 billion to the economy. Now here's the part that most people miss. About 50 to 60% of tourism is religious in nature, which means a massive portion of this economic activity is driven by people who visit temples. And here's where the story changes. Because when someone visits a temple, they don't just pay. They book trains, flights, stay in hotels, eat at local restaurants, buy goods from small vendors, and that money flows directly into the local economy. And this is how faith turns into GSDP growth, which is Gross State Domestic Product. Now let's see how this is reshaping the entire state's economy. Let us begin with Uttar Pradesh. There is where the impact is most visible. Over 137 crore tourist visits in a year, which is highest in India. Driven by cities like Ayodhya, Varanasi, Ujjain and Mathura. Tourism now contributes about 9 to 10% of Uttar Pradesh's economy. And just one project, Kashi Vishwanath corridor, has generated over 1,25,000 crores, which is close to about $15 billion in the economic activity. Let's check out Tamil Nadu. Now contrast this with a very different model. Over 300 million tourists annually. One of India's most visited states, driven by temple culture like Rameshwaram and Madurai. Here, religious tourism is not seasonal, it runs throughout the year, which means stable jobs, consistent hotel demand, and strong service sector contribution to GSDP. Now let us analyze another state, which is Gujarat. With destinations like Somnath and Dwarka, religious tourism is adding a service layer to otherwise an industrial economy, boosting local employment and supporting regional development. But here's what makes this even more powerful. 10 years ago, religious tourism in India was unorganized, low spending, infrastructure limited. And today, close to 3 billion domestic visits, massive investments in temple corridors, airports and highways connecting pilgrimage cities. Cities like Ayodhya have turned into full economic hubs. Now this is not accidental. This is policy plus infrastructure plus demand coming together. And here's the most important insight. This demand is not dependent on global markets. It is not export driven. It is not volatile. It is internal, emotional and recurring, which makes it one of the most resilient economic engines that India has today. So next time when you see crowds moving towards temple, don't just see devotion. See consumption, see employment and see the economic growth. Because in India, faith is not just belief. It is 22 lakh crores or $270 billion worth of economic force. Do let me know your views about religious tourism in India and its economic impact on India's economy. If you have liked the content of this video, do not forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. And definitely share with someone who may need to know. Be inspired, keep building.